Hey all, Birds on the Bat here, back at it again with another PSA submission video. So this one's going to be a little different from the other ones I've uploaded. This one is actually going to be a Pokemon submission. I've always been a fan of Pokemon ever since I was little. I probably spent hundreds of hours playing the video games on my Game Boy growing up. I kind of lost out of fandom, but I recently came back to it. So this is a submission that's primarily going to be for resale. Almost every card in it, actually. I'm going to keep a few of them. I think nostalgia is just going to make me do that. But most of these are for resale. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I've actually got a few of these Topsun cards that I'm going to go with first. And this one has a little bit of a surface issue in the back, some kind of little dent or something on it. But it is a Topsun, so 1995 Japanese Topsun, blue back, so it's the rarer edition. Blue back Diglett. And these were the first Pokemon cards to come out. At least they predated the typical TCG game. So they're a little smaller, and I bought these actually from Japan. This one's quite well centered. And, I'm expecting about a 5 to 6 on this. Then, I've got another Topsun card, blue back as well. This one actually has a pretty rough kind of little crease line or bend line down here. You can kind of see it. It's just there it is, just catching in the light. So I'm expecting like a 4 or 5 on this, honestly. But it's a Charmeleon, starter line, base set starter line, going into Charizard, so definitely popular. Obviously not nearly as popular as the basic Pokemon or the third level evolutions, but still, Charmeleon, cool card. Third, iconic card, Rhymestyle. Maybe we can make a deal someday on this if it grades well. But this card is a Mewtwo, right? And it has a little bit of a surface issue going on right here. Not like a ding or anything, just kind of some kind of wear or scratch, but it looks really good. Centering strong, blue back as well. The blue back variation's rarer than the green back, so I only went for blue back. They're a lot more valuable. Just a good looking card. And fourth, I've got a Scyther. Now this is also a Scyther blue back, right? But the reason why I got this card, and this one I actually expect to grade an 8 or 9, it's really clean, is because you notice up here, there's no number. Compared to the other cards where there's this, the number, there is no number on the Scyther. So this is the no number error, which is actually in essence almost the first edition. It's the very first print run of these cards, and these are extremely rare. So this Scyther, I'm expecting to go for, several $100s after I get it graded, just because it's so clean and it has the no number variation. Go. Okay, so this is one of 2 cards I'm submitting from my childhood collection, and the only WOTC era card that I'm submitting. It is a Jungle Hollow first edition Vaporeon, and it's definitely got its wear on the sides. This corner has a slight bend at the very tip. Definitely, whitening on the back. You can see that. I'm not expecting much out of this. Probably about a 5. Definitely scratches on the hollow, though it looks really good in the camera right now. But I'm really sending it off because it's a first edition. I have other hollow cards, most of which are creased, absolutely wrecked. This one's not so bad, and honestly, in the first edition stamp, it really makes it worth getting graded, just because, first edition Jungle Vaporeons go for about $60, $70 in a 5. And I don't think that I actually want to sell this. This is a card, this is a part of my childhood, brings back the memories, but I still want to get it graded just because, first edition card, why not? So this is the second card from my childhood that I'm going to get graded. This is a Squirtle from Fire Red Leaf Green. I think it has a gorgeous artwork. Not a card you really see very often. Definitely off-centered left to right. That's pretty obvious. Top to bottom looks good. The reason why I'm getting this graded is because we've really seen the big blow up in the starters and the popularity of the starters. And this one is, surprisingly in pretty much mint condition. The only issue being maybe a little white tick on that corner. It's really pack fresh still. At least it has the appearance of a pack fresh card. This one, again, I don't know whether I want to sell it or not. I think it's going to get a 9, off chance at an 8 if they really hate the centering. But I think it's just a good looking card, probably about 30, 40 bucks and a 9. I don't intend to sell it, but necessarily, but we'll see. So moving on to these level X cards. I actually still have a couple waiting in the mail, but who knows when those will ever get here. And a few rejects that I just felt weren't good enough to grade. So this is a Staraptor FB level X, and I think level X cards, kind of going off of what Rhymestyle says in his videos, that they're about to blow up, and those followed by Prime cards. We just saw gold stars blow up, so level X's are, the next thing in line. So this card is, you know, decent shape. You can get these for, you know, not extremely high prices online. Definitely a little bit, you know, a few white dots on all the corners. I'm predicting a 7 to 8 on this. You know, the hollows overall pretty good, centered well, and that's a hold. Same with this Electrive. Now this Electrive level X is actually in better condition than the Staraptor. It's a little more off center, but it's got a little bit less whitening. I'm predicting an 8 on this and probably a 7 on the Staraptor. And this is another hold. I think these are gorgeous cards. Then I got this from the same seller. And this is a Steelix Prime card. And this card, I mean, it has some centering issues, right? But it is absolutely stunning. A little white on the back, but I think that the hollow has absolutely no scratches. I mean, there's not much hollow around Steelix's massive head, but it is a beautiful card. And this is another hold. Then I've got here from XY Evolutions a Mewtwo EX hollow. Same set, Charizard EX hollow. I think I'm going to pick things up here now because these cards, you know, very modern. Most of them are very well known. So a Sun and Moon era Lapras full art. I believe in full arts. I think that they're going to, you know, go up in value. The Lapras is a pretty iconic Pokemon, you know, Gen 1. So Lapras full art. These are from Sun and Moon base set, so Lurantis full art, not a very popular Pokemon, but I got it for super cheap, so. This Charizard from Burning Shadows. This card is a little off-center top to bottom, otherwise it's absolutely immaculate. I won it at auction for $5.50, so I'm expecting to do pretty well in that one. Okay, Buzzwole GX, this is from Crimson Invasion. You know, another full art. Again, I won it for really cheap at auction, so why not? Dialga GX full art. This is from Forbidden Light, and you know, again, most of these just won cheap at auction. Found good prices on them, so. Then a Detective Pikachu Charizard Black Star promo. Again, you know, gorgeous card. Charizards are really where the money is at in Pokemon, you know, in case that's something that you're interested in doing, although it's really not all about the money. You know, these are iconic Pokemon. Charizard is the iconic Pokemon. They really bring me back to my childhood, so I'll probably end up keeping a few of these cards, resell the rest to, you know, make my money back and a little profit. Okay. Then this is a Black Star promo, Reshiram and Charizard. It is super off-centered, left to right. Turn it over, you can see there's a little bit of whitening on the corners and at this top edge. I think it's gonna get about an 8. I just cannot find clean copies of this card online, so I will just sub 1. Next, I've got the Reshiram and Charizard GX. I have got 5 of these. In varying conditions, I expect, you know, a range of about 8 to 10 between them. I think that the better ones are going to get 10s, and we'll see. That's 5 of those. These are from Unbroken Bonds, by the way. So this is Unbroken Bonds full art, Formosa and Buzzwole. Same kind of theme, got it really cheap, full art. Then here we go, Pokegear 3.0, also from Unbroken Bonds. It's a gold card. Definitely has some weird stuff going on at the surface there. You can see that. That's a printing error. That's not like a ding or anything. There's a few other smaller ones around the card. I think there's one right up there, another one right there. This one's the most visible, but who knows what this will grade. I mean, otherwise it's a clean card, so. Then we've got from Hidden Fates, we've got the promo Charizards. I've got 3 of these. I have a few more of these that I actually bought, but they constantly seem to have surface issues, so I just, you know, I've had to weed some of them out of the submission. These are the only 3 that I really think are worth grading, and even this one has a pretty clearly white corner there. I still think it'll grade an 8 to 9, and, you know, even in an 8 to 9, I mean, these are gorgeous cards. Look at the rainbow colors there. Still worth grading. Then, from Hidden Fates, I've got 3 Charizard GX cards. I've got 4 Giovanni's Exiles. Again, all full arts. I've got 2 Moltres Zapdos Articuno full arts. From the Shiny Volt, a Hiker full art. And from the Shiny Volt, an absolutely perfectly centered Articuno full art. This card I won at auction for like $18, a little more than I paid for most of the other ones, but I mean, come on, look at that centering. That's Black Label type centering. Okay, now we move on to Black Star promos. I've got a 1 Venusaur and Snivy. It has a pretty clear, you know, whitening up there on the top corner. I'm expecting about an 8. But even in an 8, I mean, it's a starter, full art, great card, worth getting graded. Then this card, I've had great luck with getting really nice copies of. So I'm actually sending off 8 Charizard and Braixen full arts. So this card is, you know, definitely pretty expensive now in a 10. It's about what, $250 or so. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, I mean, these cards vary in you know, exact condition. Most of them look really clean, though. I mean, maybe there's a little touch of white on that one, but most of them, I mean, absolutely gorgeous. Following that up, the Charizard and Braixen GX. I've got 6 of those. Following that up with the Alolan Persian GX. Again, just a really cheap card that I purchased. If you haven't noticed, this submission is in order of year and set, so that's why you'll see, you know, random Persian mixed in next to Charizards. Then from the same set, 2 of the bigger cards in the submission, and if they get 10s, these are ones I'll probably end up keeping just because I think that they have better, you know, long-term potential and they're rarer cards. These are the Charizard and Braixen Full Art GX cards from Cosmic Eclipse. Now we are moving into the Sword and Shield era. I've got 2 cards from Sword and Shield base set. A Torkoal. Again, most of these I got for really cheap, so that's what you're seeing them here, really off-centered on the back. A Snorlax, which is a pretty popular card and actually has gorgeous colored background. Really off-centered as well on the back. Now we're moving to Rebel Clash. I've got a Dragapult, Inteleon VMAX, Malamar VMAX, and then from Darkness Ablaze, I've got 2 Charizard Vs. I was thinking of buying more of these, but with the black border, it's so hard to find clean copies. I mean, even these have some, you know, white chipping. This one looks a little better behind it. But still really nice looking cards. I think the shot of Charizard, I mean, the artwork is really pretty on this card too. With the flame. Yeah. So then I've got a Pierce full art. Trainer card. I've got a Butterfree V full art. Vikavolt full art. Vikavolt? I don't know how to say it. 2 Houndoom full arts, and I really like the color on this card. Background's gorgeous. Then I've got a Scizor VMAX. An Eternatus VMAX, and I actually packed this myself. I bought a few packs at Target a few months ago, and I think I got 8 packs. This was in one of them, and another card you'll see in a couple seconds was in another. Butterfree VMAX. Looks like there's a touch of white up there. And the other card that I packed, shockingly enough, a Secret Rare Butterfree VMAX Rainbow Rare. And a big Parasol to close that out, another Secret Rare Gold card. So now we're moving on to Champion's Path. I have 1 Champion's Path Charizard. I tried to buy a few more, but they just kept coming back with tons of whitening on the back edges because of the way they were packaged, or, you know, centering issues. They even got one that was creased, so yeah, I ended up with just 1. Definitely a little off-center, but still a great-looking card. I've got a Hop Trainer. Again, full art theme. I've got 2 Galarian Cursolas. I figured that these kind of cards in a 9 I could sell for $20 and a 10 for $30, $35, just based on how other full arts have been doing online. So I ended up paying, you know, something in the realm of like $2, $3 for all of these separately. So really not much money invested in them. Graplocked V. There's another. There's another. Then we've got Dreadnought. got 2 of them, as I think Smpratte calls it Blastoise's weird cousin or something like that. Then, if I'm lucky enough to get Rhymestyle to watch this video, we'll look away at this point, Rhyme, because it's Gardevoir time. 4 Gardevoir Full Arts. 2 Gardevoir VMAX Full Arts. 3 Dreadnought VMAX Full Arts. 2 Alcremie VMAX Full Arts, which is the weirdest Pokemon to me because it's a cake. A Kabu Trainer Secret Rainbow Rare. I paid about $5 for this. Then the meme itself, 3 Suspicious Food Tins. Full art Rainbow Rares. I mean, gorgeous cards, right? Then from Vivid Voltage, excuse me, I've got a reverse rare Charizard. That's on the case there. Really good looking card, no scratches at all. I've got a Steelix Full Art. The Alakazam Full Art. And this card is actually selling for about $15 raw. So I got it for about 6 or 7, I think. It was a little more expensive than the typical Full Art. I guess people just like the Alakazam line. It might be playable. I'm not sure. I don't play the TCG. Then we've got 3 Togekiss VMAXs. 2 Aegislash VMAXs. And then this is something I threw in at the last minute. I think with the starters increasing, these I all packed myself. And I can't just, you know, some of these might grade 9s. There's a little white dot up there, stuff like that. But 9s, 10s. You know, Charmander is such a popular Pokemon. It's a good looking artwork. I just think that these are, it's the kind of card that not that many people are going to be grading, but there's still potential there because people are going to want graded Charmanders, right? They're going to want slab Charmanders for their collections. It's a great looking card. And I already had them, you know. I pulled them out of packs. They're not rare at all. They're not reverse rares, but, you know, I figured that even in a 10, I could sell this for probably 30, 35 bucks. In a 9, maybe 15, 20. Why not? Then this is out of order a bit. I pulled this out of a pack I found at, sorry, I didn't pull this out of a pack. I pulled this out of a blister that I got at Target. It was a Unified Minds blister, so it was pretty surprising to still find it. I found it only about a month ago. But it's an Umbreon Holo, and, you know, it's not perfect. I think it has a little touch of white up there. I'm expecting about a 9, but Umbreon, really popular Pokemon. Evolution, it's a Holo card. It looks great. Centering's good. It's a little off left to right, but centering's still good. I just figure even at a 9, it's probably still worth getting graded. And then finally, this just came in the mail, so it's really out of order, but a 2014 XY base set Blastoise EX. Pretty well centered, a little off top to bottom. Gorgeous though, absolutely no scratches on the card. That looks like whitening up there, but that's actually just fuzz on the edge of the card from the cut. Really nice condition Blastoise. Okay. So there it is, 113 Pokemon cards to submit to PSA. I have, based on my current, you know, expectations, I think that the value of this order, obviously it's very dependent on grade, but it's going to be something in the realm of 5,000 to 6,000. We'll see when that gets back and whenever it gets back. And like I said, if you have any interest in any of these, when we get back, I'm going to put another video out with the submission return. So at that point, of course, just shoot me an inbox and we'll see if, you know, we can come to a deal. All right. Thanks.